It's a
What's
Tuesday
that?
night, guys. What's
Good
going on,
evening.
everybody?
Holy
It is
cow! All right.
open mic with the Driving to the Top production boys. I am Big Rich. We got a chunk of the crew with us anyway. We never know. We could end up with 5. We could end up with 10 before it's all said and done. To my right on your screen, Marcus, Big Hoss. What's going on, dude?
I'm ready for 4th of July weekend. I'm ready for the one off day I'm getting, and then the half a day I got to work the day after with a hangover. But I'm ready to celebrate America's birthday this weekend.
Favorite 4th of July food?
Barbecuing, hot dogs or hamburgers or ribs.
Jason, what's
Or
going
pork,
on, man?
pork
He is to
chops.
the right on the screen of Marcus. Jason, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, Big Rich, I'm doing just fantastic, man. How are you guys doing tonight?
We're ready to rock and roll, man. Your favorite 4th of July food?
My favorite 4th of July food is actually a tie between it's a tie between chili dogs and a good old-fashioned cheeseburger with grilled onions, baby.
Ooh, you had me till you said onions.
Yeah,
Well, I don't like regular onions. I like grilled onions. Give me grilled onions and I'll eat it. But regular onions, no.
I'm with you. Right below Jason, Adam, what's cooking, buddy?
I have to learn how to recook it at home because of this new job. But anyway, yeah, it's doing good and ready to go.
Favorite
I
4th of July
actually got my list done. So
nice. Favorite 4th of July food?
I like just food in general. I don't really have a go-to. I'm usually invited to the party, so
my favorite
whatever they have, I'm enjoying, I guess.
My favorite
making his triumphant return. Let me do this for you, Jeremy.
Okay.
Making his triumphant return from a secret assignment for the Driving to the Top Productions crew. We bring back Jeremy from Detroit.
Yes.
How was that?
Favorite.
How was that?
That was good. My favorite is mozzarella, cheddar, and ham stuffed boneless skinless chicken breast grilled.
Look at that.
Pretty damn close to a cordon bleu, dude.
Yeah, it's real close.
That's real close to a cordon bleu.
Jeremy is on point. He calms his voice down and he's like, I like this and that and this and that.
No.
My favorite, hands down, no questions asked, is my wife's barbecue beans. It starts with bushes and goes from there. But the way she doctors it up and spices it up and puts she puts different types of ground meat in it and all that kind of thing. Those barbecue beans, I'm a hot dog and hamburger guy, but those beans have to be there. There's no questions asked about that, man.
Is it July National Baked Bean Month?
I don't know. I'm sure it's national everything tied into barbecue month at some point in time. But yeah, it is definitely interesting. Ken, how you doing?
Yeah. Open Dad's in the building.
Oh, missed you, Jeremy Fokker. Glad you went on secret assignment and became the caged lion. I like it.
Before we get into our mission for this week, which was the greatest player of all time for the AFC teams. Next week we'll get into the NFC. I got a question for you, and especially for you guys that follow the NBA more than others. What in the hell is going on? You got Damian Lillard getting waived. You've got, I'll think of the Pacers in a minute that signed with the Bucks. Thank you. Miles Turner signs with the Bucks.
Welcome.
You got all these trades happening. Desmond Bain goes to Orlando for their next 86 draft picks. I don't think they have a draft pick until 21, 22 or whatever. What is going on around here? Is it me or is the NBA just absolutely turning into a 52 pickup?
Just observation offhand, Rich. And I don't know the financial situation of all the NBA teams, but because the NBA salary cap has increased a little bit, I think what a lot of teams are doing, not only are they making all of these trades and signing these players to try to improve their rosters, but I think because the salary cap has increased, they're trying to restructure everything financially so that they can position themselves better, especially in 2027 for a lot of these teams too. So, because I'm looking at a lot of these moves, and a lot of them, they're not page turners. I mean, a lot of these moves are not going to make any of these teams relevant contender. Some of them they will. Some of them are questionable. But I think just looking at the majority of these trades and transactions, for me at least, it seems like this is about creating a little bit of financial stability on the payroll so teams can get ready for when the NBA salary cap increases.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander signed a contract today. 3 years. Are you sitting down, folks?
Yes, sir.
3 years, 285, or sorry, 4 years, $285 million contract, $71.25 million a year. Now, my mathematical genius has decided to break this stuff down, right? $5 million, almost $6 million a month, $1.48 million a week, $868,000 per game, $212,000 per day, $884,000 per. I'm sorry, $8,840 per hour, $146.26 a minute, $2.45 per second for the next 4 years. Yes, I had way too much time on my hands today to figure all that shit out. But that's freaking crazy. 71. And LeBron's probably going, wait a minute, I'm getting underpaid over here. And he's getting what, 60, 62, something like that next year?
Yep, he opted into his actually, no, I think it's under that, Rich. I think he's going to be getting 52. Thank you.
52,
okay.
52.3, if I remember right. 52.3 million is what I heard.
That's freaking nuts. But I just wanted to ask you guys about that. Ron's got a question here to fire off at us real quick before we get in, and then we'll get into these all-time players list.
Hey, hon, what's up?
Who do we think survives the Browns quarterback room and who starts? And by the way, with that, have you noticed who has taken our buddy Shedeur Sanders under his wing? Deshaun Watson.
Oh, no, they're screwed.
Bring him to them. Let them have a meeting at the massage parlor, and then we'll see if Dylan Gabriel starts by week 1.
Who do you guys think survives the quarterback room and who starts? I'm assuming they're going to carry 3 quarterbacks, right?
Joe Flacco ain't probably going to start. They're going to probably let Shedeur start week 1 and see how the motivation goes. And then probably by week 4, if it's not Joe Flacco, I can see Dylan Gabriel started by week
4. Jason, you there, or did you just kill your camera?
He needs to go back his mic on mute, too.
Yeah, we'll go back to him. Adam, what do you think happens, man?
What do I think happens in this Browns situation? Well, ESPN doesn't even have Shedeur Sanders on the roster, so I'm assuming, I don't know why, but they're saying Deshaun Watson's going to start. Dylan Gabriel is number 3, and Joe Flacco is number 2. Jeremy? But I don't really have an answer because I really
say what Shamar Sanders and John Watson taking him under his wing. They're screwed.
Yeah, but who makes it out of the quarterback room? I mean, they're going to have 3 guys on the opening day roster.
Do they
maybe 4? Would they? I mean, would you keep Flacco, Watson, Gabriel, and Sanders?
Are you still against Kenny Pickett, even coming close to anything?
I think he's the 5th best quarterback out of those 5.
I, I think the best option is Flacco myself.
Say it again, Jeremy. You were skipping up.
Joe Flacco. I think that's the best option.
I think he starts game one.
Yep.
I really do.
Yeah, I think he starts game 1 too.
Jason, we were talking about the Browns quarterback room. Who do you think survives the quarterback room, and who starts game one out of that?
I got to agree with you guys. I think it's Joe Flacco, just because, I mean, simply because the guy has the street cred. I mean, he's a Super Bowl champion with the Baltimore Ravens. He has the career to prove that he needs to be the starter. And when he last played, he wasn't exactly John Elway out there on the field, but he was getting the job done. So just given that he does have the street cred, that he does have the resume, and given how serious the Browns say they are about wanting to win, I think right now, as silly as it sounds, Flacco gives them the best chance to win, at least in the immediate future right now.
I agree with you. Jamie, what's going on, man?
Mr. Wilson. We're going to start calling him Mr. Wilson, guys.
Why?
Mr. Wilson. Oh, Wilson.
Yeah, you can only see his eyes.
Well, I want to
If
check
you
on.
don't remember the show Home Improvement, you won't get that joke. But
no, I do get it. It's the kid who always look. It's the neighbor who always sat on the fence and looked and had his head down.
Right, like you are. Right.
Oh
That's
yeah.
why I'm going to start calling.
But
Or
but
move
do
your
you know
camera,
his
or move
fir-
your camera down a little bit, James.
But do you remember what his first name was?
I never even knew I thought he had a first name. I always thought
Who was
somebody
that?
called him Wilson. There you go. No, what was his name?
His name was Wilson.
Wilson.
Huh?
The actor's name was Earl Hindman.
I gotta check on Rich and Adam. You want to talk about trades? What about that trade the Steelers did getting Jalen Ramsey?
I can't say that tight end's name. Jonnu, whatever.
Jonnu Smith.
Johnny Smith.
He's I don't know. I think he could be good, but he's got like a little bit of an attitude. He's kind of an a-hole a little bit. He's like a pompous, you know what, but still.
If they would have got him 4 years ago, I'd have been all for it. But
I didn't like the comments he made about Buffalo last year leading up to when he was with Miami. We beat him 31-10. So,
yeah. But yeah, it's. I mean, I know. I don't want to speak for Adam. I know how Adam thinks about this, and we'll talk about it a whole lot tomorrow night during the Still City Sports Talk program.
I don't mind getting Jalen though.
Yeah, I mean, I like getting Jalen. I don't like losing Minka though. I wish we could have kept Minka at the same time.
Salary cap doesn't allow you to do that though, Rich. That's the thing.
Well,
Trying to
but you're paying more for Jalen than you are for Minka. You're paying $6 million more for Jalen than you would have for Minka. So,
understand. Yeah.
It's Joe. What's going on, man? How are you?
No, I am doing great. Thanks for letting me in here. And yes, I am showing my face after this weekend's debacle with the Mets. But great to see you guys.
There's a lot of Mets fans there, Joe.
I saw the first game. It's funny because it was in the back of my mind to sneak down there on Sunday, but then we had something going on.
We would have been able to meet, Joe. I was there. Obviously, I sent pictures.
When I saw your picture, I was like, oh, it's like I wish it would have been great. But actually, maybe it wouldn't have been. Maybe it's a good thing I saved some money in mileage. But would have been great to see you. But glad I didn't miss like a thrashing there. That series was historic, unbelievable on both sides.
Yeah. Somebody. I'll tell you what. I told Adam this the other day when we were just chit chatting. Don Kelly has the Pirates right now, and depending what happens tonight, right now they're 24-24. If he finishes his portion of this season at 500, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Yes, we would be 14 games under at the end of the season because of what Shelton did. But if Don Kelly's portion of this season is 500, I am going to have zero complaints.
That's amazing. And you got reason for optimism too. There seemed just to be, I was watching a little bit of tonight's game because the Mets were rained out. Skeens was pitching. So I figure, hey, let's check some of this out before our podcast here earlier. And I don't know. I've seen other Pirates games earlier in the season, and there seemed to be a little more confidence in the air.
I think it started when Kelly got thrown out in the second game. Like, you could tell he wasn't going to let this team be bullied anymore. He was going to go out there and put it into his hands, and he has.
And as usual, the Pirates are winning 1-0. No support for Skeens.
Right.
2 outs, top of the ninth.
Oh, wow. Well,
Second
they'll
and
win.
third.
Jason, you were talking about Yamamoto getting no run support. I'll see that and raise you Paul Skeens.
Yeah, you're more well. Funny you mentioned that because Skeens is not too far behind Yamamoto. Yamamoto is 1, Skeens is 3rd in the league. So yeah, it's a shame.
Yeah.
It really is.
It is. I mean, it's not, if it was an average pitcher that was getting no run support, that's one thing. But when you've got some of the best pitchers in baseball and getting no run support, it's horrific. I mean,
it's like Jacob deGrom a few years ago with the Mets.
That was I think. Well, no, it's the same thing with AJ Burnett when he was with the Yankees. He would pitch. He was inconsistent. He'd pitch gray like all game. He would get no run support, and he'd have one bad inning, and they'd lose by 1. That's what it was.
Yeah, I mean, it's a scary deal. It looks like, a fielder's choice at the plate. Fermin gets thrown out at home.
For the third
Another
out?
nice play, second out. Another boy for that was what got the second out.
Yeah, I was wondering.
Nice play by my boy Nick Gonzalez, who's going to be changing numbers here in the next several days.
I was watching that game earlier, and another guy got thrown out at the plate too.
Mm-hmm.
Some guy that's about 95 years old named Tommy Pham made a perfect throw from the outfield and threw out the runner at the plate.
That's Adam's favorite Pirate. What do you mean? Don't be dogging on him. That's Adam's favorite Pirate. He hates Tommy Pham with every fiber of his soul. More than I hate Tom Brady.
You can't outrun a 95-year-old in the outfield and beat him.
Are they taking out Bednar, Rich?
Sir?
Is there a pitching change going on?
I don't think so. There might be. I mean, I'm showing 2 outs, top of the ninth, 1st and 3rd.
Yeah, it's
there might be a pitching
count.
change.
That's why I'm curious.
Yeah, that's why I'm looking. Yeah, I guess it is. It was Bednar in there. I don't understand why they would. Well, he's only. I don't know why they would be taking him out.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Who would they be bringing in for that matter?
Anyway, boys.
Yeah.
Let's kick this thing off. Yeah, because this is going to take a minute, boys. It's already 9:20, and we got to.
Yeah. So here's something we want to do just to make sure that it doesn't take us until midnight to finish this thing. The greatest player for each of the teams in the AFC. We'll go around the horn per team. So we'll start out, and it just so happens it's what I have at the top of the sheet. Didn't have anything coinciding with anybody, but I know it's going to be a no-brainer for a couple of people. Let's start out in the AFC East with the Buffalo Bills. Joe, we'll start at the foundation of the stack here. Go ahead.
Jamie and Joe
all-time greatest player, and we'll work it around the table.
All-time greatest player. I got to go all the way back to the 2020s. And some guy, I think they are all-time best player. I got to go with Josh Allen. You know, like Jim, you could argue Jim Kelly, Thurman Thomas, the Reed, all the, those Super Bowl guys there. And again, they got him to the Super Bowl. I think the player that has the best chance of leading them to actually winning the Super Bowl, even though they haven't done it yet and may never do it, Josh Allen's got my nod as the best ever.
Adam, who you got?
Oh, we're going to me next. That's fine.
No, yeah, we ended
I'm going
up
with
sliding
Oral
into the
James.
picture and
I'm
stuff.
going with Oral James Simpson.
Ooh. Orenthal James Simpson.
5-time
He got
All
beat up a lot
Pro.
for Orenthal.
Yeah, he's made the 75th and the 100th all-time team. So yeah.
All right. We'll move above you. Jason, who you got, man? The all-time best Buffalo Bills player.
Yeah, this was a tough one for me, but for my all-time great Buffalo Bills player, I'm going with one of the most dominant defensive forces who ever played in the trenches on the football field, and his name is Bruce Smith. Upon his retirement, Bruce Smith ranks second only to Reggie White in the NFL's all-time career sack list. Obviously, that has changed with the advent and with the change in rules and some other great players that have come up. But Bruce Smith was once described by Miami Dolphin offensive tackle Richmond Webb as the most destructive force that he ever played against on the defensive line. Got to go with Bruce Smith. He was a beast. He was light-spoken, had a very soft voice, but when he got on the field, he was 110% dog animal crazy.
Before we go to Marcus, 1-0 final Pirates over the Cardinals. That's 5 in a row. Marcus, who you got?
Break up the Pirates.
I'm also gonna go with Jason and say Bruce Smith. I mean, the career, is that still a record? 200 career sacks? Does he still hold that record, or someone broke it?
I think someone broke it, Haas. I'm not sure who, but I'm pretty sure Bruce is no longer number 2 on the list. I'd have to look it up and Google it.
I know he was like 11-time Pro Bowler. He's got his jersey retired with Buffalo. He's jersey retired with Virginia Tech.
Yep.
He still has the record. He still has the record.
He does. Okay.
He went in the College Football Hall of Fame in 2006, the NFL Hall of Fame in 2009. He was also part of the All-Decade team for the 80s and the 90s and the 100th anniversary all-time team. He's also on the Buffalo Bills 50th anniversary team and Wall of Fame. I don't know if that's like their Ring of Honor, but he's also a member of the Buffalo Bills Wall of Fame.
Which it won't be. This is the last year that they're going to be doing the Wall of Fame because they're moving to a new stadium, and they said the new stadium they're going to do what the Steelers do, and that's just put them in a museum type.
Yeah, but over 1,200 total tackles, 200 sacks, 2 safeties, 43 forced fumbles, 15 fumble recoveries, 2 interception, and 1 defensive touchdown in his career with the Buffalo Bills.
Jamie, it's on you, man.
Oh man, I think for a franchise that suffered for so long, I think there were so many good players who still came through the Bills. You know, the ones that did like coming to Buffalo and things like that. So I'm gonna say at what Joe basically said, Allen, Kelly, Thurman, Andre, but I'll also say Daryl Talley too.
Okay. Jeremy, all-time greatest Buffalo Bill.
Greatest Buffalo Bill, Jim Kelly. Jim Kelly.
All right. Dylan?
I think, did we just send the link to everybody in the chat?
Somebody did.
By the way, in Buffalo,
We just send the link to everybody in the chat.
In Buffalo, the fans didn't boo Bruce Smith. Bruce Smith.
How do you want to send it then, Adam? I don't have Josh's contact.
Yeah, we knew that, Dylan.
Josh, can you click on the link in the StreamYard?
I killed it.
Who else are you trying to send it to? Charles and Josh?
I have it. I had it. I put it in the Twitter feed.
Yeah, that's how I got it.
So I got it too.
If he's in the Twitter thing, the link is in there.
I have the StreamYard account, so I just popped in through the account.
Mine was Bruce Smith. So it can't really add to what anybody else was saying as far as that goes. The next one, I have a funny feeling it's going to be a clean sweep. There's going to be a few clean sweeps in here. This is one of them. How about if we go with the New England Pat Bryants?
That would
Greatest
be Tom
all-time
Brady.
player for the Patriots. Shoot, who am I going to? Let's start with Jeremy first.
Which one? The Jets?
No, the
Patriots.
Patriots.
Oh, Patriots. Tom Brady.
Joe?
Wait, did the Patriots ever have any Hall of Fame quarterbacks before? Because that's a tough one. No, of course, Tom Brady.
I thought Bledsoe's in the Hall of Fame, isn't he, or not?
No.
Bledsoe's not in the hall.
No.
Oh, he isn't? Okay.
No.
Nope.
Okay.
Josh walked away. Adam?
Oh, hey, I'm back.
All-time greatest Patriot.
You're Patriot.
I'm going with 4-time Super Bowl champ. I'm joking. Tom Brady.
Adam?
Tom Brady. I mean, we could go Troy Brown.
Yeah, you could. Jamie?
Yeah, I got a couple. Todd Brady, Troy Brown.
One, Jamie. One.
One. Yeah, one, guys. Dylan? Brady. He's got Brady. I'm going Richard Seymour, but that's just me. Marcus?
Brady.
I knew you were going to go different because you can't stand
Need
that.
to say more.
You can't stand that.
No,
motherfucker.
Richard Seymour was a people forget that people forget how good he was because the attention was always about Brady. People forget Richard Seymour was a dog, dude.
Richard Seymour wasn't even the best defensive lineman in New England. Was Vince
He was
Wilfork.
a dog. Are you kidding me? Richard Seymour?
Hey guys,
I don't
we have a
know.
long show to get through tonight. Let's stay on topic,
Yeah.
right?
Thank you.
Richard
Yeah,
Seymour
definitely.
bucks. Anyway.
Jason, what do you got?
Sorry, Tom Brady.
That's why I say I figured this one. I think this next one's probably going to be a clean sweep too, but it might not be. All right,
Miami.
the Miami Dolphins. I'll start with that Pittsburgh legend, Dangerous Dan Marino. Haas, what do you got?
I got to go with the man, Dan Marino. Yes.
Jason?
Dan the man.
Hey, even though I'm a diehard Green Bay Packers fan, Dan Marino is still my favorite player of all time. I'm going Dan the man as well.
Adam?
84 MVP and playoff offensive player of the year. Yeah, 9-time Pro Bowl. Dan Marino.
Josh?
I'm going with concussion.
You're not going with it.
Moving along, Joe.
Adam, what are you doing?
There's no way it's anybody else except Dan Marino, in my opinion.
What are you putting in this kid's head, Adam? Anyway,
Marino.
Jeremy?
Bob Greasy.
Bob
Greasy,
Greasy, okay. Hey, won Super Bowl.
And
Two.
the only undefeated
Two of
season. The only
Yeah, he did.
undefeated season in
Yeah,
NFL history.
Yeah, but
Don't
Bob
care how
didn't
many
even-
games.
He
Bob
did.
didn't even
Dylan?
play half the season due to a broken leg.
Yeah.
Still won the
Dylan, who
Super
you
Bowl
got?
for him.
Dan Marino. Jamie.
Josh,
last
turn your
I'm
reverb
gonna
down.
say Marino, and like I said, yes, Bob Greasy did win them Super Bowls, but I think in terms of like, if you ask Dolphins is who I think who was a much better better quarterback, I would say Marino was, whereas Bob Greasy was just more of a game manager. That's why I say Marino.
Let's wrap up the AFC East. This one should be interesting. The New York Football Jets. Let's go ahead and start this one with Dylan. Go ahead.
You know what? I guarantee this will be interesting because I'm going with Joe Willie Neiman.
Valid choice. Jeremy, who you got?
Jet,
Yep.
Curtis Mount Smart.
Wow.
Joe?
I got to go with the guy that put the Jets on the map, that put the AFL on the map. that got the team their only Super Bowl. All right, Broadway Joe.
Jamie?
I'm actually gonna be like you, Rich. Like, you know how you said this is my Richard Seymour pick, Curtis Martin.
Okay. I'm not against that. In fact, that's my pick. Is Curtis Martin, and so was it with Jeremy. Marcus, who you got?
I'm gonna go with Joe Namath as well, despite being a former Crimson Tide.
Jason, who we got?
I'm going to come out of left field on this one, guys. I'm going with a wide receiver by the name of Don Maynard. 11,834 receiving yards, 633 receptions, 88 touchdowns, 18.7 yards per catch. That's pretty damn impressive for a Hall of Fame type career there for Dandy Don Maynard.
Was that the blind guy?
What's up?
Was he the blind
that
one?
was Wesley Walker was the one that was blind.
Gotcha.
Who you got, Adam?
I'm going with led the league in rushing in 2004, Curtis Martin.
You only go. Wait a minute, Adam. You only going Curtis Martin because he went to Pittsburgh. That's the only reason why.
No, Curtis Martin was a fun back to watch.
Curtis Martin was a beast.
Patient back, very patient back, very durable back.
My favorite Curtis. My favorite Martin. My favorite Martin.
Josh, who you got?
I don't know any famous Jets player. I had to Google. I'm just gonna go with Joe Namath.
The AFC North. I wish Rav was here. Let's start with the Baltimore Ravens. Josh, go ahead, lead it off.
I'm gonna go with Ray Lewis.
Jack, there's nothing going on with the Detroit Lions. They have training camp on July 16th. To answer your question.
Joe, what's up?
Wow, that's a tough one.
The Ravens.
It's a Baltimore's a tough one.
You know, the one that pops into my head is the Goose.
Saragusa.
That's the first one that popped in my head out of many. I'm gonna go there.
Josh, turn your cord a little bit.
Hey, Jeremy, who you got?
Your microphone is really loud.
Who was it? Hey, what team again? I'm sorry.
Ravens.
Baltimore.
Oh, Baltimore?
Yes.
Ray Lewis.
Okay. Dylan? Ray Lewis. Jamie, I'm sorry.
Defense wins championships. Ray Lewis.
Adam?
1,590 return yards, leads the league. Ed Reed.
Oh.
All right.
Yeah.
Jason, who you got?
I'm going with my big man up front, the 6'9",
Jonathan Ogden.
Jonathan Ogden, 11-time Pro Bowl selection, 9-time All-Pro, and inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 2013. My favorite Buffalo Bill, or my greatest Buffalo Bill, Bruce Smith once said Jonathan Ogden was the greatest right tackle he ever played against.
6'9", 340.
Yep. Haas, who you got?
I think Jason hacked it to my shit because I also got Ogden as well.
I swear,
I was flipping a coin. I had Jonathan Ogden and I had Ray Lewis, and I was flipping a coin. Jonathan Ogden won it.
I should have just put
Jonathan Ogden's arguably the best left tackle in the history of football. Arguably,
even bigger than Walter Jones or
No.
Well, that's why I said arguably. Joe Thomas is in the discussion, guys like
Anthony
that.
Munoz.
But yeah, Munoz. So we finished with Baltimore. I think this one's probably going to be a clean sweep for everybody. How about those fighting Cleveland Browns? Jason, you want to lead us off?
Yeah, fighting Cleveland Browns. I'm actually not going to go with the name you guys think, and instead of saying Jim Brown, I'm going with the late great Otto Graham.
Okay. Very good.
Back in the Browns glory years.
Hoss, who you got?
I was gonna joke around and say Ernest Miner, but I'm just bullshitting. No, I'm going with
Goal line fumble. Goal line fumble.
I'm going with Jim Brown.
I'm going Jim Brown. Dylan? Jim Brown. Jamie Malloy, who you got?
Now, this could be any Browns player from like the original franchise before they moved to Baltimore
Yes.
to the then current Browns, right?
Yes.
It's the Cleveland Browns, right?
They didn't move to Baltimore as an expansion.
Because remember, when they went to Baltimore, they didn't take the Cleveland stuff with them. They said it, it
Right.
separated itself.
So it makes Baltimore
who you
just
got?
an expansion team.
Right. So who you got?
This is let me think. You could say Jim Brown. The greatest. I'm gonna actually say Bernie Kosar.
Okay. Okay. Adam,
One
who
of
you
the
got?
greatest quarterbacks in
Burns,
Cleveland to never make it to the top, but he was a good quarterback in Cleveland.
Yeah. Adam, who you got?
This guy allowed 30 sacks in 10,000 games. Joe Thomas.
Joe Thomas. All right, Josh, who you got?
Oh no, I got Myles Garrett.
What?
He may be a little early, but when it's all said and done, he'll be on that list.
Maybe.
Joe?
Come on, we all know it's Deshaun Watson, right? So,
There you go.
You mean his massage therapist?
yeah. I'm gonna go with the chalk on this one, Jim Brown.
Yeah.
Jeremy?
Jim Brown.
Okay, now we move to this one is going to be fun. I'm curious to see what everybody says on this one. The Cincinnati Bengals. Jeremy, let's start with you.
The Cincinnati Bengals.
Yes.
Icky Wood.
From Fresno.
Jakey Shuffle, baby.
Yep, from Fresno.
Mr. Dalio, what do you got?
This is a tough one for me. I'm thinking Boomer. I'm thinking, Collinsworth as far as, I was even thinking, the current QB there. But, Ken Anderson, because they made different Super Bowls at different eras. I'm going to go with Boomer Esiason in this one.
Okay. I think that's a very valid pick. Josh, who you got?
I'm going with my trend of current players. I'm going with Jamar Chase.
Another
That's
one,
not
when
bad.
it's all said and done, that's a valid pick.
That's,
Adam, who you got?
I approve that. Go Tigers.
I'm going with the guy that set the gold standard. 9 first all time, 11 Pro Bowls. Anthony Munoz.
Yep.
Said Munoz.
Munoz,
Yeah,
yeah.
did I
James-
pronounce it
Jamie,
wrong?
who you
I'm
got?
good at that.
Oh wow!
The Bungles.
For the Bengals, let me think about this
The
one.
Bengals.
real quick. Oh my God! It's probably this one might be this one might be, some of you guys might be a little
If you say who I know you're going to say, I may just leave.
you might be a little bit young for this for something.
Say it.
Thing. Oh God! Oh my God! The Bengals. Oh, it did.
Are you going to say who I think you are?
Whatever it is, it can't be worse than mine.
Yours wasn't
When
a
it's all
bad
said and
pick.
done, Jamar Chase is going to be one of the top picks. So
Mm-hmm.
Who you got, Jamie?
Oh Jesus. I'm gonna say Rudy Johnson.
Okay. Dylan,
During the
who you got?
Carson era.
I'm going to get everybody back on straight. It's Anthony Munoz. Not even close. Not even close.
Could have said Ocho Cinco, but I didn't.
Oh, gosh. Oh, my
Ocho
dear
Cinco wouldn't have been bad.
yeah, it's just
I-
He's one of the only men I know that he admitted to taking Viagra before the games because they needed to get pumped up to play.
Chad Johnson, you got to rise and shine, baby.
I'm going with Anthony Munoz. I mean, it's hard to not put him on there. So, Marcus, who you got, man?
I'm gonna just say Ocho because I'll never forget when he cut. I'll never forget when he cut that front flip in the end zone on Christmas Eve.
Jason,
Yeah,
And landed on his feet and still scored the touchdown.
right. Jason, who you got, man?
Pretty much in the majority here, Anthony Munoz.
now we get to the
All right.
fun one. Now we get to
Now
the
we
fun
get
one.
Now we get to probably the most debatable one in the entire AFC.
And we're going to
the
start
fighting-
off with the Steelers men. Adam.
You're fighting Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm saving me and Adam for last. I'm gonna lead off with the kid though. Go ahead, Josh.
Oh, I'm going with Terry Bradshaw.
Okay, Joe.
It's funny because there's a billion choices that we have here, and it's like I hope I don't offend our Pittsburgh friends here, but I was going to say Bradshaw as well.
There you go.
There's no offense. It's your choice, so there's no offending tonight.
Okay.
Exactly, Jeremy.
Jack Lambert.
There you go. That was my dad's favorite. Dylan.
But I thought Jeremy would have said Al Bundy.
No,
Ed O'Neill, baby.
it was Coach High. And he was drafted by the Packers.
He played for this. He got drafted by the Steelers and no cut him.
I'm afraid this guy would eat me. Mean Joe Green.
One of the nicest guys you would ever want to meet.
Right.
On the field, he was a beast, but one of the nicest people you'd ever want to meet. Jamie, who you got?
Big Ben.
Right. Jason, who you got?
Number 58 himself, Big Bad Jack Lambert. Enough said.
Yep. Marcus, who you got, man?
I'm gonna go with one of my all-time favorite Georgia Bulldogs, Hines Ward.
I like that one. I like that.
I knew no
Gosh,
one was
you
going
better
to
not
say.
say Will Stewart.
I knew no one was going to
Adam
say
and-
Hines Ward. I figured I was the only one. I was waiting for Jason.
There it is.
I was
Super
waiting
Bowl
for Jason
jersey.
to say Hines Ward next.
Super Bowl
Hines is one
jersey
of my
right behind
favorite-
me.
I'm shocked
Hines
no
is
one
one of my
said.
favorite players.
I'm shocked no one said Palomalu or Rashad
Well-
Mendenhall or
Oof.
anybody
Why
like
wouldn't we
that.
say Richard Mendenhall? Because it's a fucking Super Bowl. All the momentum. Anyway.
Or Le'Veon Bell.
By dropping the
Adam-
ball and it wasn't a fumble.
Yeah, well, it's the last two. Adam, it's me and you, buddy. You want to go first?
Oh,
Let it-
I'll go
That was
first,
still
why
a
not?
great running back, Mendenhall. He was.
I went with the four-time Super Bowl champion. Had 77.5 sacks, led to, before he retired, that was the most of all time. Yeah, that guy. Mean Joe.
Mean one. I went with the guy that they completely changed the rules for him.
Hines Ward.
And
No one.
they completely changed the defensive rules for this guy because he was that damn good. Number 47 in your program, number 1 in your heart, Mel Blount.
I'm shocked no one
It
said
was vicious,
Palomalu.
man. Dude, that whole team,
Um,
that whole 70s team could be on this list.
You're right. No, that's why I said this is one of the teams that there's a ton of possibilities.
You got Jack Lambert. You got, like anyone. You could have said Lynn Swan,
Ben,
John
Franco.
Stallworth.
Yeah,
Franco, Rocky Blyer. You could have said them all.
right.
The core
So-
carried it all the way through. Anyway,
Yeah, so now we move to the AFC South. Let's start off with the Indianapolis
start with the Jags and let
Colts.
Dylan go first.
Oh no, I'm going to make him suffer. I'm going to go last with the Jags.
What?
Come
on, man. Let's go.
The Indianapolis Colts. Let's start this one off with Haas.
Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
Jason.
I'm gonna go with the guy who's etched in NFL history along with many others, Mr. Johnny Unitas himself, number 19.
All right. Adam?
I went with Peyton Manning.
Jamie?
Starvin' Marvin Harrison.
Good pick. Dylan? That would be Mr. Manning.
Yes.
Jeremy?
Are you sure he didn't mean 81 for Marvin Harris?
Marvin Harrison,
Harrison were 88.
It
Jeremy?
was 81. Right? Was that Wayne or Pollard?
Wayne was 87.
87.
Pollard was 81. Wayne was 87. Harrison was 88.
Yep.
Jeremy, sorry about that, man. Who you got?
Peyton Manning.
Joe?
You know, my first favorite player in the NFL was a guy on this team named Burt Jones back in the 70s. Not their franchise best, but he was my favorite. And I got to go with Peyton.
Josh?
Peyton.
Yeah, I got to go
Josh.
with Peyton, too.
Josh, I thought you were going to say Bob Sanders for a minute.
Nah, Peyton Manning is like 99 overall starting quarterback on Ultimate Teams on Madden.
All right,
I
cool
thought you
deal.
would have said it.
Anthony Richardson. But no, let's now we got the Houston Fighting Texans. This does not count the Oilers. The Houston Texans franchise only. Jason, let's start it off.
So I'm going to say my greatest Houston Texan player of all time is Mr. Arian Foster, the running back.
Good call. Adam, who you got?
JJ.
JJ Watt?
Watt.
JJ.
Josh?
Why not?
I'm going with JJ Watt too.
Joe?
Same thing, JJ.
Jamie?
Andre Johnson.
Okay. Haas?
There's no bad picks. I mean, I
Man,
just picked Watt.
That one
I
was
just picked
like,
Watt because he had 101 sacks in 128 games. It's hard. That's a pretty good stat.
Yeah.
I only took Andre Johnson because he's, I think, the only Texans Hall of Famer in the NFL right now. JJ, a
Right.
future Hall of Famer, but Andre had numbers. Andre was special. He was a
Now, I'm
badass
gonna
in
mess with-
Miami, and he was a badass
Yeah.
for the Texans.
I'm going to mess with Adam with my initial statement that's not true. Kaimi Fairbairn. No, that would be a bad pick. Give me JJ Watt. With honorable mention to D'Amico Ryans. Dylan.
You've got to be kidding me, because it's number 80, Andre Johnson.
Jeremy?
JJ Watt.
Okay. This one is going to be fun because I want to see where this all ends up, especially old school, new school. The Tennessee Titans / Houston Oilers.
Oh, hell
Because
yes.
all the
Bring it.
Oilers records
ready.
and everything went to Tennessee. So the Oilers count in this discussion. I'm going to start this one off with the
I want to
man
go after
from
you.
Hooks, Texas, number 34, Earl Campbell. Dylan, who you got?
I actually discounted the Oilers and just basically made this list from Titan players. How about one of the toughest quarterbacks of his era, a guy who got the Titans within 1 yard of a Super Bowl? Rest in peace, from Alcorn State, Steve McNair.
I like that. Jeremy, who you got?
Earl Campbell. Who else
Joe?
could it be?
Earl Mother
Uh,
Campbell.
Joe, who you got?
Yeah, if we're allowed to take Houston Oilers, I'm going to go with Earl Campbell as well.
Jamie?
How about give me the freak, Javon Curse?
Ooh.
Good call. Yeah. Haas? Oh, you want to go last?
No, I'll go
Josh,
next.
who you got?
Oh, it don't
You
matter.
sure?
It don't matter.
Josh, go ahead.
I got Derrick Henry.
That's not a bad. Again,
Yeah, that's valid.
the guy's a beast. I mean,
Oh, Tampa
he's gonna be a Hall of
2.0.
Famer. That's not a bad call. Adam, who you got?
84 to 93. Started the run and shoot. Got to go with Warren Moon.
There you go.
Forgot about him.
From
Jason, who you got?
Washington.
Big Rich, I'm sure you're familiar with a guy by the name of Dan Pastorini. That's my all-time
Absolutely.
salute.
Full sport athlete, two-sport athlete, drag racer, and
And
NFL
football
player.
Yep.
Yes, sir. Haas, who you got, man?
The Tyler Rose, Earl Campbell.
See, there's one guy I honestly figured was going to get mentioned that didn't, and that was Eddie George.
I
But
looked at Eddie George
he was
too.
a runner-up. I was waiting for someone to throw Eddie George in.
Oh,
I was hoping someone else would have said it too.
Eddie
I
was
thought
2 on
somebody
my
else
list.
was going to say Steve McNair.
Eddie was 2 on my list. Bruce Matthews was 3, and then Earl was 4, and then number 5 for me was a wide receiver by the name of Haywood Jeffries.
Oh, crap. Actually, you know
There
what?
you go.
I'm changing my list. I had
Eddie
the wrong
George,
guy.
now head coach of Bowling Green.
Sorry, dummy and me forgot to mention Bruce Matthews.
well,
Dummy.
now we get to the entertaining portion of our show. Do you want to go first or last, Dylan?
What do you all want? What do you all
Do
want?
you
Oh,
want
he
do you
asked
want to
you.
go first or last?
I'm gonna school you guys so bad. I'm gonna school you guys so much on this team.
Okay, so he's going first.
Go ahead, school us.
That I'll let you
Jacksonville
all go
Jaguars.
first. That you know what? I've got a better idea. I'm gonna pick the order. Jamie.
For Jacksonville. Oh wow. I'm gonna say
I know my favorite one.
Mark Brunell.
Adam.
Tony Baselli.
Yeah, little Youngin down here.
I don't know any famous Jags players. I googled it and they're all current players, so I don't know.
So what? They're older than you all.
I'm just gonna go with Trevor Lawrence. I don't know. I don't care for the organization.
So what? Joe.
Me?
Who'd you say?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
Joe.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I got to go with Tony Baselli as well.
Jermaine.
He hates me. Rod Smart.
Leonard Fournette.
Horse Hog.
Big Hot me?
Yes.
yeah.
Fred Taylor.
Ooh, 28.
Jason.
Taylor. Nice.
Blake Bortles, baby. No, I'm kidding. I'm going with Tony Baselli. Psych.
By the way, sorry Adam, sorry Rich, sorry Josh, but Blake Bortles beat you, sorry Steelers in the
I
playoff
figured a
game.
lot of people were gonna pick Baselli, but then I'm thinking back, I'm like, oh fuck, Fred Taylor. I bet no one was gonna say him, so I take Fred. That's fine.
Yeah,
Rich.
that was good.
The greatest running back in the history of the Jacksonville Jaguars franchise.
Leonard Fournette.
Maurice Jones Drew.
MJD.
He was in my top 5 with Jimmy Smith as well. He was up there.
How about the only Hall of Famer in Jacksonville history, the guy who could block Bruce Smith one-on-one, number 2 pick, 1995 NFL draft from the University of Southern California, Tony Baselli.
I'm surprised nobody said Donovan Darius though either.
I still like Rod Smart way better
Uh-huh.
than Trevor Lawrence.
That's
And by the way, the cheerleaders were number 2. The cheerleaders were number 2.
I'll agree with that one. Your leaders are no
okay. So we move to the AFC West,
Oh boy.
which is going to be kind of interesting. Let's start things off with those guys in the middle of the country, the Kansas City Fighting Chiefs. Haas, who you got?
Mahomes.
Jason?
Patrick Mahomes.
Adam?
Yeah, it's hard to pass up a guy that had the record for 32,352 yards and only on season 7, 8 now. Patrick, 3 Super Bowls.
Jamie?
It's hard to pass that up.
Okay. Jamie?
What do you think?
Travis
Yeah, I mean,
Kelsey because of Taylor Swift.
I did not say that. I said Mahomes
Mahomes,
Nightmare.
Dylan.
because of Brittany
Hold on,
Williams.
I'm looking at my list, just seeing where
Because of
everything
Brittany
is.
Mahomes.
I have Patty Mahomes.
Huh?
Jeremy.
Chief Frog Throat, Patrick Mahomes.
Joe.
Patrick Mahomes.
Josh.
I got Trent McDuffie.
Okay, so I didn't think it was going to be a clean sweep. I really didn't. I went old school.
Len Dawson.
Hall of Fame defensive lineman,
Derek.
way
Thomas.
bigger than anyone in the sport at that time. Turned himself into a professional wrestler, though. The big cat, Ernie Ladd.
Ooh, goddamn, that was a good one. I forgot he played for the Chiefs too. I meant he played for Grambling. I thought he played for the Rams or something. I thought, but I'm thinking of somebody else.
Played his whole career for the Chiefs.
Or he was a Charger. No, he played for the Chargers at one point too.
Speaking of the Chargers,
Speaking of the Chargers, that's who we're going to go to next. So let's go ahead and start with Jeremy this time.
The chart.
Yes, sir.
Eric Dickerson. No, he was Eric Dickerson was the Ram, right?
Eric B. Enemy.
Dickerson is the Rams, yeah.
Junior Seau.
Not bad.
Okay.
Good one.
Dylan, who you got?
Jeremy, you must have been reading my notes. Junior Seau, rest in peace.
I haven't even been in the chat until I got on the show today. I didn't even know the topic. I'm flying by the seat of my pants.
Oh, I thought I sent you the top. I thought I sent you the topic tonight, Jeremy. At
I didn't
5
even-
o'clock.
I didn't even read them. I've been busy dealing with a lot of shit.
I sent it to your Twitter.
I know, but I saw the link. But I didn't even see the list. I'm sorry.
Didn't read. You didn't think we had topics for open mic tonight.
I've never gotten them before, so I didn't know.
I took a guy that changed the position, especially after what happened in the playoff game against Miami. Shame that his son is an absolute piece of trash. Kellen Winslow.
Let me go next.
Haas, who you got?
LT.
It's a good call. Waco's own, baby. Waco's own.
TCU boy.
Jamie?
How about their staple left tackle, Roman Oben?
Yeah. Joe?
Yeah, this is tough because you got a team with a lot of good players that never really won anything. You threw me a curve there, Rich. You said a guy that changed the position. And I thought, oh, yep, that's who I'm going to say. But a different one, Antonio Gates.
Right.
Soon to be Hall of Famer. Yeah, that's another good one too.
Yeah. Josh, who you got?
I got hold on. Oh crap.
I got too many J's running around this thing tonight.
J's on my feet.
I got Phillip Rivers.
Okay. I like that. Adam, who you got?
12,490 rushing yards, 4,772 receiving yards, 162 touchdowns. LaDainian Tomlinson. I'm with Haas on this one.
Jason?
Haas, I think I am reading your notes. LT was my number 1 pick, but because I don't want to piss you off, I'm going with my number 2 pick, Lance Allworth.
Oh, wow. All right.
LT was number 1. LT was number 1, but I don't want to piss off Haas, so I'm going Lance Allworth.
No, I'm just fucking with you, man.
Hey, by the way, Josh, do you know how many kids Phil Rivers and his wife have?
Well,
I got what, 8?
10.
How am I supposed to know that?
I mean, I know he's close to a baseball team.
They're Catholic, man. No birth control. Child's a gift from God. That's why.
So 2 teams left. Next, the fighting Denver Broncos Let's go ahead and start with Jason this time.
Fighting
I
Denver
think
Broncos.
this is pretty obvious, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, John Elway. Enough said.
Haas.
Yes, the man who won a Super Bowl with the Broncos as a quarterback and then again as a general manager, CEO, John Elway.
I'm going Elway. Dylan. Got Elway. Jamie.
Elway.
Adam.
Yeah, it's hard to fight this one. Elway.
I'm so glad we saved the
Josh.
next one last.
I'm going a different way. I'm gonna go with Eli.
What?
Listen, I don't.
He didn't
Eli
even
didn't
play
play
for
for
the
the Broncos.
Broncos, you ding dong.
Wait. Alright, just skip
Denver
me.
Broncos.
I don't even know. I don't even know anymore. Just skip me.
Just stay Elway. You'll be so much better off.
Yeah,
Joe.
I'm Elway. I'm just going with Elway.
You could have said
Joe.
TD, Terrell Davis, but
Yeah, Elway won 2 Super Bowls as a player, didn't he? With them,
Yeah.
back to back.
Back to back.
Yeah.
They beat the Packers, sadly, and then the next year they beat the Falcons.
That's right.
Yeah,
So yeah, definitely Elway is my vote here.
I
Jeremy,
didn't.
you
I
making
didn't.
a clean sweep?
I didn't
guy-
pick,
should have never even been in that Super Bowl. They got lucky because Minnesota choked.
I didn't pick Elway the first year because I was a big Brett Favre guy as a kid. I was a kid, big Brett Favre fan as a kid. But the following year, I did pick Elway because it's Atlanta.
The Falcons had no chance against.
Well, no, they had no chance against Elway and everybody else they had on that 98.
Yeah, but
Jeremy,
Minnesota would have put up a better fight.
Hold on, guys. Jeremy, you going to make it a clean sweep?
Nope. TD,
Okay.
Terrell Davis. Because
The only
Elway didn't do crap in that second Super Bowl they won. It was all Terrell Davis.
Mr. Inhaler for the migraines.
Yeah. So now we come to another team very much like the Steelers, where you've got a lot of possibilities. So I'm kind of curious to see where everybody ends up with this.
Yeah.
The Oakland, Los Angeles, Las Vegas, Jupiter, Neptune, Uranus Raiders. So let's start with let's start with Joe. I don't think we started with Joe yet tonight. Let's start
I
with
think
Joe.
the very first team we did, but you're right, Rich. This is a tough one because of so many good players, winning teams. But I'm going to go with a guy who was on those winning teams that had the biggest impact on the organization for such a long time. A guy named Art Shell. Not only a great player, but a great coach as well.
15 years.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Josh, are you in your chair? Yeah, there you are. You got a Raider?
I'm going with. I don't even know. I'm going with Al Davis.
What was the owner? I'm going with the
Davis
owner.
didn't play. He was an owner.
I don't.
Adam,
I'll pick him.
Adam, who you got?
Well, I played 67 to 81.
That gum you, Adam. You're stealing my guy.
11-time All-Pro. Gene Upshaw.
Gino
Two-time
Upshaw.
Super Bowl champion.
And a huge part of the front office of the NFL for a long time. Jason, what you got?
I have Gene Upshaw as well. Let's also remember that he played in 207 consecutive games, which is more amazing when you consider he was an offensive lineman. You think about all the beating and the wear and tear those guys take.
207 out of 217, Jay.
What?
He started 207 out of 217 games.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Mhm.
That's a stat that still hasn't been broken for any NFL player, I think.
Hoss, what
Lineman,
you got?
anyway.
This was the hardest one for me. But after I say who I pick, I'm going to just say the other three I had to choose out of. This was the hardest pick. But I had to go with Can't Stop Bo Jackson. I chose him over Marcus Allen, Charles Woodson, and Kenny the Snake Stabler.
Hey, the snake.
Yeah. Jamie, who you got?
How about one of the greatest left-footed kickers
Oh, gosh. Not
of the
the
2000? Sebastian
Seabass.
Janikowski, baby. One of the best
Seabass.
kickers in possibly the worst era of the Al Davis ownership.
He's
First-round
the
kicker.
only kicker I ever saw who could boot a 70-yarder without breaking a sweat, but shank a 15-yarder and make it look difficult. Date Ray Bukowski himself.
He was the kicker from the replacements plus 100 pounds.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
How you feeling? Come on.
Jeremy, who you got?
Bo Jackson.
Dylan, who you got?
Adam's right. It's Gino show, and it's not even close.
I went old school on mine. I went old school on mine. Jack Tatum.
Oh, hard to argue with that one, Rich.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue.
Jack
with that
Tatum.
one.
Hey, he's
No,
the
it
guy.
said Tim Brown.
Tim Brown's a solid choice, man. I mean,
Right.
one of the best players of all time.
Could have gone Lester Hayes. You could have gone with
Marcus Allen.
Charlie
Yeah.
Garner.
I'm afraid
Bob
things would have got sticky
Bob
here if we
Christensen.
would have gone with Lester Hayes.
yeah.
Hey.
Henry Ruggs.
Oh.
Oh. That's a little. Hey, Adam, that's a little racy. Don't do that.
Why? He says he's trying to come back next year when he gets out.
I heard this.
I bet you.
And then he cut that long bomb against the Steelers and beat them? Come on.
I'll bet you dollars to donuts he goes to the Steelers.
Derek Carr, Henry Ruggs to beat the Steelers.
So, since I wasn't here,
No, he'll go to Dallas.
He'll go to the Dolphins.
That's another cluster F for
Dallas-
Jerry to mess with.
He'll go to the Dallas and they'll rename them the Dallas Cow Thugs instead of the Cowboys.
Jeremy, what do you got?
I got a quick question for my Steeler
Okay.
fans here.
The Dallas Thug Boys.
How did you guys feel when you signed Aaron Rodgers?
Season's fucking
I
over.
look at the fact that Will Howard's going to be the starter by week 6.
Exactly.
I put in a bet that he might last as many snaps behind that O-line as he did behind the New York Jets O-line in year 1.
Aaron Rodgers is going to need Metamucil by the time the season
That
goes.
brings up the other one, the old quarterback kicker, George Blandon.
Yeah. The big thing you got to remember about what Rodgers is going to have is he's going to have a lot of running going on. If he has to drop back more than 25 times a game, he's in deep trouble. But if if the running game can control the offense and run to pass instead of pass to run, then he'll be fine. But be that as it is. Next week, we're going to do the NFC. I think this was pretty fun. There was only, 2-3 teams maybe that we had a mass majority. The rest of them, we had a pretty good split of guys. And some of them, I think, there was, 1 or 2 teams that we had a lot of different people. So that was pretty cool. That was a pretty
Green
cool
Bay,
project. Adam. Thanks a lot.
Green Bay and Chicago should be the interesting one next week.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I want to see what you guys come up with for the Cowgirls.
I mean, maybe Detroit too, because you can go Megatron, you can go Sanders.
Oh,
Let me get. I'll tell you backstage who I have for all 3 of those teams.
No,
That's
save it for next week, you fuck.
We got to do an NBA one and an MLB one.
we can look at that here in the next few weeks, but yeah, I mean, I think there's some real interesting teams in the NFC. Like you said, Green Bay is going to be interesting. Detroit's going to be interesting. Dallas is going to be crazy.
Baseball's going to be interesting. The Hall
Francisco.
of Lloyds.
Oh,
Well, but then you got some obvious ones, like the Giants. I think we're going to clean sweep the Giants.
We're probably gonna clean sweep the Saints. We're probably gonna clean sweep.
Yeah.
The
Well,
Vikings
maybe.
probably. We're probably gonna clean sweep the Seahawks. Maybe not the Seahawks, but the Rams. Maybe Rams will be an interesting one. I think we're all gonna clean sweep Philly. We might clean sweep Washington. And
I don't think we clean sweep Philly.
No, those are going to be some tough ones, actually.
Yeah, I don't think we clean sweep. I don't think we clean sweep Washington either.
No, I mean, to be honest, I only see really the Giants. The Giants is going to be, and maybe the Saints.
Bobby Brister because he got rings.
Well, I'm looking forward to it.
That's
next
harsh.
Don't even start. Don't even start.
I'm just going with the question from the audience, Rich.
At least he didn't say Neil O'Donnell.
Yeah.
He's the best backup quarterback for the Cowboys defense.
Hey, Ken, I've got the perfect answer. Earl Morrell.
Frankie J, Frank Reich, baby. Frank Reich.
Hey, like Rich
Now,
said, let's save him for next week, guys.
The best the best backup quarterback right now is probably in Cleveland. I mean, the best backup quarterback in the AFC right now is probably in Cleveland.
Super Bowl winning.
If Flacco starts, you've either got
Pickett,
you've got Gabriel, you've got Deshaun. I mean, those would all be solid backups. Buffalo Cooper Rush went to Philly, right?
Baltimore.
Not sure.
Yeah, so he wouldn't be in the AFC. But I
Cooper
mean,
Rush went to
Baltimore is
Rich.
in the AFC.
How about Will
Cooper
Levis?
Rush went to Baltimore, Rich.
The Steelers might have the best backup quarterback in Will Howard.
Rich, Baltimore is in the AFC, and that's where Cooper Rush went to.
Yeah,
I thought he
Cooper
went
Rush
to Philly. Okay.
to Baltimore.
No.
Then Cooper Rush may be, the best backup in the AFC. Because Cooper Rush, look at what he did when he played for the Cowboys. He won games. He didn't make mistakes. I mean,
they needed to move on from him, though. That's where they got Joe Milton.
I tell you what, I mean, they could have done worse than leaving him there. He just wants to go someplace where he could get a chance to play. The problem is he wound up going to Baltimore because they offered him a bunch of money to be the backup. Yeah. I mean, he'd have been a fool to not take that deal. Even Lamar's not going anywhere. Mm-hmm. So I don't know, but that was pretty. That was a pretty fun little thing. Like I say, next week we'll do the NFC. So homework assignment. We got the NFC to work on for next week. Also, something I would like to kind of bring up for next week is the All-Star game, because we've got the Major League Baseball All-Star game coming up next in 3 weeks or 2 weeks, excuse me, and kind of curious to see where everybody sits with these. There's going to be guys that are obvious, okay? We all know Aaron Judge is getting in. We all know Fernando Tatis Jr. is going to be in. We all know, we know Bobby Witt Jr. is going to play and that kind of thing. But who do we see as the one or two guys that you may not think are going to make the team that either should or will? So kind of.
How about Cal Raleigh this year? I think he's hit like 33 home runs,
and he may not start.
No,
he's losing the fan balloting right now. He's losing the fan balloting to Alejandro Kirk. Wow. He's losing the fan balloting to a 9-ball. He's shaped like a billiard ball. I don't get it. He's 5'6".
I will give my commentary next week.
Well,
but again, Cal Raleigh is going to obviously be an all-star.
Right.
Whether he's the starter or a backup, he's obvious. Bobby Witt, same way. Freddie Freeman, the same way. Yeah. Those aren't the guys I'm talking about. I'm talking about guys that are flying under the radar.
Okay. I want to see Cruz get invited to the home run derby.
Okay, so for one side,
Acuna's in it.
Raleigh.
They both can go in, but they're both battling for that same spot. You got Altuve and Pena fighting on one side to get that spot, and you got Hunter Brown and Framber Valdez on the other side getting the other spot.
Hey, Hoss, isn't Diaz on the? Isn't excuse me, not Diaz.
Not Younger.
You're talking Pena on the IL for rib injury.
Yeah, he broke his rib, I think.
Yeah, and what Yordan Alvarez got some issues too, but he's in the minor league right now. He's got some probably be Altuve and Hunter Brown. I mean, I would love to see Valdez get in there, but Hunter's been kind of one up above Framber Valdez right now.
You know what's really kind of funny? They only have 2, according to MLB.com, At this exact second, there are only 2 players confirmed for the home run derby. Ronald Acuna, who of course they're playing in his stadium, so obviously he's in it, and Cal Raleigh. Those are the
Who's
only
hosting
2
it?
that are confirmed.
Who's hosting All Stars?
Atlanta.
Oh, Atlanta.
So I mean, you knew Acuna was going to do it. But and Raleigh being in, of course, he's the home run leader. It's a lot like the slam dunk contest. I don't know about you guys, but the home run derby, I want to see Judge in there. I want to see Tatis in there. As much as I can't stand the guy, I want to see Stanton in there so he can hit him 4 miles.
Hey, I can attest. I saw the 2017 home run derby where Aaron Judge won it, and I've never seen that kind of power in the right field and Marlins Park. That was nuts. Seeing how
in Marlins Park, yeah, but I've seen that kind of power in right field. Guy that wore 24 for Seattle had that kind of power to right field.
But Judge was hitting the ball the other way.
I understand.
Yeah, some guy named Alonzo, I think, is going to eventually put his hat in the ring and do it too.
He's another one, I think. He's what, 2-time defending champion?
No, he won it.
Or he's won it twice, right?
I think so. Yeah, not last year. It got knocked right out.
Yeah, I think Bryce Harper's probably going to get in. I mean, he's done it the last few. Vladdy Jr. Rafael Devers might actually be able to hit one. Since he's gone to San Francisco, he is hitting. Are you ready for this? 136.
Wow.
And the Giants are probably going, we gave up all those prospects for what?
Hey, I've got one for the home run derby. Pete Crow Armstrong.
Ooh, that would be a good one.
Yeah.
I like that choice.
Yeah. I mean, you want exciting players and that kind of deal, and he's definitely an exciting player. Yeah. The one thing about Atlanta though is they don't have. There's not really anything, like the warehouse in Baltimore, or the scoreboard at certain stadiums or whatever.
McCuffey Cove.
Yeah, it's just,
It's
or
not
the river in
anymore.
Pittsburgh. Yeah, the river in Pittsburgh. I mean, it's just a stadium. It's you got the stadium, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Jason, what you got?
Oh, well, just got to tell you guys that I do have to duck out of here, so sorry for my early exit.
No, I'm pretty much going to be in the same way here in a little bit. But, man, we appreciate you being on, man.
Absolutely.
Tell everybody how they can get you, man.
Yeah, please follow me on my X account right there, which is @DodgerJason. Feel free to follow me, interact with me, and all that other fun stuff. So, yeah, again, it's always fun talking sports with you guys. Peace out. God bless. Looking forward to doing it again next week.
Great seeing you.
See you, Jason.
Hey, man. Great seeing you, buddy.
Yeah, you too, guys. Thanks a lot. Bye.
One down.
Yeah, I'm wondering if Ozuna would do it for the Braves too. I don't know if they would have 2 guys on the same team, but
They did one year.
I don't know.
What was that? Wasn't there 2 Rangers the one year?
was it?
Yeah, they had. Yeah, that was a long time ago. They had Gonzalez and Julio Franco.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's when they were in Arlington.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, they only have 8 for the competition. I don't know.
Yeah, they had to go digging a little last year, like Alec Boehm, even though he went to the final round.
Yeah, actually, there were 2 Phillies last year because Bryce Harper and Alec Boehm were both in it.
Right.
Now that you're saying that, there were 2 Phillies last year.
Okay.
I didn't even think about Boehm. I remember, he's a kind of a forgettable ball player.
He made the funniest comment during that thing. He, everybody had him out in the first round, and he was going to be the first player out. And then he goes to the finals, and they had him mic'd up and everything. He says, "Yeah, here I am, just like everybody expected," and just, because he wasn't supposed to get there. And I think it was Teoscar, because I was going to put a bet on him, and I held back and didn't, and he ended up winning. So I do remember that Teoscar Hernandez won it last year.
Yeah,
The
I would
softball
love
pitcher was his name Sanatuga? Who threw the ninth inning, Joe? What was that? Or eighth inning for your Mets, the player? Sanatuga? I don't even know his name. But he was just lobbing them in there towards the end.
Oh, shoot, I don't know.
I forget
Last
his
year?
name. No, that was Sunday.
Oh, was it Jankowski?
I thought it was like Santa Lamija or some shit.
Oh, okay, because
You mean you got former Ranger? You got the former Ranger Travis Jankowski?
the Mets picked him up again. Yeah, he can't hit, but I think he pitched the other day. I saw him in the stat line.
He might have pitched Sunday.
Man, he plays defense, dude.
Well, he was with the Mets about 3 years ago. He's one of those guys, he didn't hit the ball, but again, he was hustling, he was diving all over for balls and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I was actually sad to see him go. It was just a numbers game. And, the fans loved him, players loved him. He was a great teammate. And just, again, numbers and that. But then I saw that they picked him up a couple of weeks ago. We talked about him on our podcast.
Are the Mets extending Bobby Bonilla, John?
I don't know. Like I said before, he's only got about 249 years left on the contract. So we'll see. He got, what does he get, like 1.1 million every July 1st?
1.19 or some shit.
Something
ridiculous
for that.
So,
that must be for 1.1 million.
By the way, I want to tell you all one thing. I am back in school pursuing a master's in accounting.
Ooh.
Congratulations.
And I'm still doing 190 million basketball tracks.
Yeah. It's crazy. I love it. Well, hopefully you win enough to pay off your schooling, Dylan.
Yeah, there you go. Speaking of
Tell me
which,
what snack I should get next.
I think me and Rich are going to do one with you whenever we get a chance.
Yeah, we're going to do one when we get a chance. But I sent everyone in the Twitter message board, messenger part of Twitter, whatever the hell they call it, the link and some information about the Fantasy Football League. So it's got, your invite is there and all that. We're going to max it out at 12. 10 would be great. If we go to 12, that's fine, but we're not going to go more than 12. Would love to have our guys in it, but if we need to bring any other people in, that's cool. But we would love to make it where it's a driving to the top league. And it is a keeper league. It's not a dynasty league. It's a keeper league. You'll have 2 keepers you can keep for 2 years.
By the way, I'm hitting out Spunky Spectrum Sports Big D podcast at Dylan at Sports One, and I'll probably be in the draft before you know.
Yeah, more like it.
Later, man.
Have a good night.
Have a good night.
Later, Dill.
If only I had Twitter.
And
I thought you were joining. Go ahead, Jeremy. Sorry.
I think I'm gonna head out, you guys. I'm feeling like
You're leaving us.
Yep. But
Let me tell you real quick, Jerm. It is good to have you back. Good to see you back behind the screen. We missed you. I asked Ken and them to help carry your show while you were on a secret mission. So I tried. I mean, but me and Rich were running our show, so we weren't able to pop over. But I
was working with ESP. That's all I got to say.
I went over and did all the shows with Cadmus and Gas the Wednesday.
Thank you, Jamie. Thank you, everybody. But try every day to be a better person. You've heard Dave Worth, the only way to make the world a better place. You can find me on Kneecap Fighting with the Motor City Lion Monday through Friday every week, and on Wednesday and Friday night. You can find me here on Tuesdays, and I'm sorry I had to miss the UFL Championship.
We didn't even talk about it yet, Jeremy, so relax.
Wait, you waited?
Yeah.
Oh.
They played a championship?
Yeah, they played a championship. It's been over 3 weeks now.
Rich, I
front of a
see you
crowd of
really pay
several.
attention to the UFL chat.
Dude, I watched as many minutes of the UFL as I watched minutes of Real Housewives. That would be 0.
I actually turned on my my mate to the Savannah Bananas on ESPN. It's
Savannah
hilarious.
Bananas is cool, man.
It's entertaining. It's very entertaining. But thanks everybody. And
All right, Jeremy, take it easy, buddy.
See you later, Jeremy.
I think today proves I need more NFL knowledge.
Yeah, no shit.
Hey, don't feel bad. I can't compare to these people here either. So it's there's a lot
Joe,
of
you do a show with me. What are you talking about?
Oh no, I'm saying I know a lot about football, but you guys blow me away.
If we do like an NBA one, I can't wait to see what y'all's answers would be for the Lakers or the Celtics, or if we do a baseball one, it'd be the Yankees or the Dodgers, Red Sox.
Yeah.
Those names.
Yeah, that's going to be.
Yeah, I mean, it would be interesting, and it's something we can definitely look into.
I'm all aboard if we do them.
I did greatest lineups of all time. I never did like single greatest player of all time.
Mm-hmm. That's a challenge.
I think NBA we can do like up to 3 players. We should do
Man,
up to
Scottie
3 or
Pippen
5.
be my favorite Bull, right?
I figured MJ would have been across the board for the Bulls, but some people
I'm sure it will be.
I was gonna say there's a few teams that number one, that would be across the board.
The Lakers would be fun. The Lakers would be fun to see.
Lakers and the Celtics would be fun.
Celtics would be fun. Knicks would be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Mavericks would be fun.
Most hilarious one would be the Pelicans.
Antonio Davis.
Pelicans.
Jazz would be an interesting one.
Drew Holiday. Jazz is equal.
Karl Malone.
Jazz comes down to 2 guys. I mean,
John Stockton or Karl Malone.
Right.
Are we doing the Seattle Supersonics for Sean Kemp or no?
I would consider them with OKC, so we would do
so we would have to do the Thunder / Supersonics, which now you're talking. You got Shea, you got Gary Payton, you got Sean Kemp, you got Jack Sikma, you got Nate McMillan, Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook.
I'm like, who the hell are these guys?
I love Gary Payton.
Dude, my dad, when I was 4 or 5 years old, I started getting hooked up into sports. And when I was about 7 or 8, my dad sat me down, he said, and this is no bullshit. He sat me down, he said, Rich, if you're going to get addicted to something, because there will be something in life you're going to get addicted to. If you're going to get addicted to sports, I will support it 100%. There's a whole lot worse stuff you could be getting addicted to as you're growing up and things like that. And he did. And I mean, I bought baseball cards. Remember the little Baseball Digest, Football Digest, that kind of stuff?
Yeah.
That came in the mail. I got baseball, football, basketball, and hockey every month for years.
Really?
I read baseball cards. I would send baseball cards to Tops saying that this math is wrong. Shit like that. I mean, so I have all that in my head.
Did they ever write anything back to you about it?
Yeah.
You know what?
They would send me free packs.
The Hornets would be another interesting one too. I mean, I would. You'd probably break it down to 3, maybe 2 players for the Hornets.
Hold that thought.
But no, I'll change the subject. I mean, I got something I can bring up. What's y'all take on Texas State joining the Pac-12?
The what?
Texas State?
Texas State's going to the reincarnating Pac-12.
I didn't even know about this.
How many
Is it
other
going to be
teams?
updated? Is it going to be updated in time for the college football game that comes out Monday?
Well, no, this won't go into effect until 2026, but right now they got 7 new teams. Most of them are from the Mountain West, but the new Pac-12, 8 out of the 9 they got right now are all state universities. Oregon State, Washington State, Fresno State, Utah State, Colorado State, San Diego State, Boise State, and Texas State. The only non-state school that got selected in co-ed school is Gonzaga. When Gonzaga gets there, they're going to destroy them in basketball.
Well, yeah.
There were rumors that Cal and Stanford might go back to the Pac-12, and they were going to add UTSA to keep their rivalry with Texas State into a blimp for the Lone Star State. Another idea was they want to call up North Dakota State and South Dakota State to go be in a Power 5 school. Which it's been a long time. It's been a long time coming for both of them. Hell, fucking McNeese got offered to go to Conference USA to fill in for some school. Sunbelt was trying to offer him to fill in for Texas State, but Conference USA hit him up first. So we're gonna see what happens with McNeese. They might be a fucking powerful. They might be moving to the FBS down here. And you give all that credit to the basketball team that beat Clemson in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
You got to give the credit to Will Wade too before he went to NC State for them getting recognized to get an FBS offer. But Texas want to be like, oh, we got 7. Y'all have had more than 7 to begin with. Well, y'all still had the Sun Belt. Y'all had 7 big conferences in y'all state. Now you just got 4 of the 5 Power 5 schools. The only one you don't have in your state is the Big Ten. If you want to put the Big Ten in the Lone Star State, you'd have to put like freaking Longhorns up there or A&M. You can't put nobody else if you want to put somebody in the Big Ten. Mm-hmm. But they're not going to leave the SEC. Who would want to leave the SEC?
That would almost be like college suicide.
Yeah. That'd be like, what was one of the biggest shocking trades that went to shit in all of the NFL? Would be something like that.
Joe, I saw your Sabres signed some pretty big guys today, huh? Had 4 big signings.
Look, yeah, they did. I'm an Islanders fan, first of all. I will never claim allegiance to the Sabres, the biggest joke.
You're not excited about Alexander McGillney making the Hall of Fame?
Well, that's cool.
I love watching hockey. I mean, I'm a Vegas fan, but I can't really name a lot of players. But if I like
what the Sabres did.
I can name Wayne Gretzky. That's about it.
I like what the Sabres did. They traded Baturka, and they said we got to get bigger, tougher, and that's what they did. They added some beef, which is good.
Yeah, I'm an Islanders fan. I always say this, though. When the whole city up here, when the Sabres...
You lost a pretty big guy today, too, Joe.
Well, I can also name... Oh, and Patrick Kane. That's like the only 2 hockey players I can remember. Or Jack Eichel.
Yeah,
or
I think Dallas
Mark
signed
Stone.
a pretty big Islander today, didn't they?
The Islanders did?
No, I think Dallas signed him.
I saw Vegas picked up a guy from the Maple Leafs.
Oh, yeah, they got Mitch Marner there.
And they traded a Rob something. Like I can't name the whole roster, but I'll watch hockey. I love watching the fights.
Hockey's like one of my favorite sports, if not my favorite. But the Islanders are just doing a complete retool. They drafted 3 first-rounders. They got rid of their best defenseman in order to get those 2 picks. So they're just blowing it up and, starting with some fresh picks, which I'm not going to argue with. I mean, their roster they had was stale. They had a Stanley Cup run a couple of years ago. They went to the semifinals twice and lost to Tampa both times. But they're retooling, which I like.
I also follow Nashville because I got a lot of family that live in Tennessee and they're big Nashville fans. They try to recruit me to be in their fan base, and I was like, hockey in the South's kind of strange because it never gets cold enough for ice to freeze to death like that, and just Nashville's mascot name is so strange to be like, oh, I'm a Predator fan.
It's growing down there, though.
I wish they could have just called themselves the Sabretooths instead, but no. I got into hockey because of the Mighty Duck movies.
Oh, there you go.
Those were the best. That's how I got for it. And NHL Live 2000 was one of the first hockey games I ever played.
No, it's 49 years I've been following. So
I got some Blackhawk gear too. Like I try to get into the Blackhawks too, but we don't take hockey serious down here. But if I had to pick a favorite team, I was Vegas Golden Knights for me.
that's cool. Now, where are you?
Louisiana.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So for NFL, it's mainly the Saints, but I also cover Houston shit too. Like I'm an occasional Texans lover, but my baseball and basketball teams are in Houston. I'm a Rockets fan. I'm an Astros fan. Pelicans is a love-hate relationship, but they made a splash in the draft, and they picked up Jordan Poole, so they're going to try and make noise in the NBA, but we'll see what happens if Zion can stay healthy.
No, Marcus, a lot of teams I feel like could now, because if you saw the last NBA Finals, you had two teams, with the exception of having what was Tyrese
Halliburton?
Yeah, with the exception of Tyrese Halliburton and SGA, it was like who else did those teams have? I mean, they didn't have a Kevin Durant or a Steph Curry, and like teams are now going to look and realize and say we don't need to get a Kevin Durant or anything like that. If you saw what the last two teams in the NBA Finals had, that's why it was an interesting draft.
Yeah, they want depth.
Yeah.
I mean, we all knew Cooper Flagg was going to the Mavericks, but how relevant are they going to be now that he's going to be with Anthony Davis and Kyrie Irving? Is Dallas going to be a playoff contender now, or are they still rebuilding?
It'll be interesting to see.
I think they could be a playoff team, because, like I said, if you gotta look at it, they gotta look at it and say if OKC could do it this year, why not us? You know, so.
Well, the only college that won the draft was Duke. All 5 of their starters got drafted in the first round, and it started with Cooper Flagg. 2 of their boys went to the Hornets. I know that. One went to Washington, and the other one, one was picked by the Suns, but he's going to play for like Memphis or something. Like, I hate them type of picks. Like, they're picking for another team, but they're going to go play for another team. I hate them type of picks. That's why the NBA draft is so difficult to keep up with.
Yeah,
MLB is kind of like
that
that too.
method.
MLB could be like that too, but I'm waiting to see if Kate Anderson goes number 1 overall, probably to the freaking Nationals.
No, it's going to be Ethan Holiday, dude.
Well, Ethan Holiday is going to go play with the Nationals.
It's what Matt Trigger told me.
I want Kate Anderson to go play for a team that's not in the AL West. Don't go play for Seattle. Don't go play for the Angels. And don't go play for the parts unknown Athletics until they move to Vegas.
They got a lot of young studs now, though, so they do.
Yeah, well, I know they cry because they don't want to be called Sacramento. They're not the Sacramento. They're just the Athletics. So I say on my show, the parts unknown Athletics.
Yeah, I say Sacra Vegas, which is...
That's a good one, Sacra Vegas. I like that.
Oh, they just broke ground on their Las Vegas ballpark in 2028, which is
well, good. I know Thursday, myself and Jason, we're going to do a preview episode. We're previewing the Dodgers-Astros series this 4th of July weekend. We're going to do it on my show Thursday night. I was hoping the Mets would have played again and me and Joe could get on, but we only played y'all opening weekend. That's the only time we played the Mets. Yeah,
they play the Astros again. Oh, no, it's because they're in the American League. Yeah, that's it. So, not until next year.
We got the Yankees in August. I know that. I think it's the week after my birthday weekend, or the week after my birthday is the Yankees.
Okay.
I have to look at it again. Hold on.
Adam, we need to look at buying Madden.
August 8th through the 10th. Astros.
I knew that conversation was going to come up.
We need to pre-order it so we can get the pre-order benefits.
Go ahead, pre-order it.
So
you got money.
So I might have to bring Jamie on for that. Like sometime in August, we can do a preview of the Astros Yankees when the Astros go to the Bronx, August 8th through the 10th.
Sure.
There you go.
Listening.
Did you guys sweep us in the beginning of the year?
No, we lost 1. It was 3. It was either 2-1 or 3-1.
I think it was 3-1.
I think it was a 4-game series. They only
it was a
swept
4-game
4.
series, I think.
Astros only swept 4 teams all season. They swept the A's, the Twins, the Phillies, and the Blue Jays. That's the only teams they swept all season. And they've only been swept 1 time by the Giants this season.
Okay.
I did a whole first half recap the other night. Like, I pulled out fucking ERAs and shit. Like, I said ERAs and OPGs and shit for players. Like, I stuck a foot up the ass of freaking statistics in baseball, like I've never done in my life.
It's always fun.
I gave it the
My favorite
American
part of baseball.
challenge. It's hard doing it for a collegiate team, but an intercollegiate team, but MLB is like easy as pie.
Yeah, I said the stats are my favorite part of baseball. It always has been.
Should have been
same here.
radio analyst.
The actual play of the game is right there with it. But yeah, man, I love deep diving into the stats and all that kind of stuff. And I'm not an analytics guy when it comes to the play of the game. But, I'm also smart enough to know the 300 hitter should be in the lineup instead of a 120 hitter.
I got to ask this because I saw this on Facebook. Are you like a play-by-play commentator, too, for football? I see you advertise a lot for a high school team in Texas. The Pirates or the Buccaneers?
The Lavega Pirates.
The
Lavega Pirates, yes. The two times Texas 4A state champion, Lavega Pirates. This year they are one of the favorites to win the state championship again this year. Shout out to Coach Don Hyde and AD Willie Williams, guys that I've worked with for years and years and years and years and years. In fact, the building, the center has Willie Williams' name on it. That tells you.
The last Texas high school football game I ever went to was Mid-County Madness between Nederland and Port Neches Groves.
Gotcha. But yeah, I've done play-by-play for La Vega for 7 years. Very proud of what that team has done, what the city has done, backing these guys. Did 2 state championship games, one that they won, one that they lost in a state semifinal, that they lost to Carthage. If anybody is familiar with the name Keontae Ingram, who went to the University of Texas and was a running back with the Rams for a hot minute, and I believe is in Tampa Bay right now. He was the running back on that Carthage team. So, but yeah, I do baseball and football play-by-play.
So when I lived in Texas, I used to go to like to travel to like some of the biggest high school names in the state. Like I've been to an Odessa Permian game. I've been to a Midland Lee game. I've been to Westlake, Lake Travis, Longview, Waxahachie. The only one I've never been to was Allen, where Kyler Murray and all them play. He said China.
Waxahachie.
That's a big stadium.
No, it's pronounced Waxahachie.
I pronounced it like Lillian Garcia when Trevor Murdoch would come out to the ring. I'm sorry.
I understand this, but yeah, it's just like Seguin is not Seguin, it's Seguin. There are some interesting pronunciations in Texas.
I would always say the Seguin River Monsters when it's Seguin. I know I always get it wrong. No,
I was very fortunate. I played against Mojo, Odessa Permian. Whenever I was in high school, we played those guys 87, 88, 86, 87, 88 in the playoffs. Played some Waco schools. We played Dallas Carter the year that they won the state championship with Jesse Armstead and guys like that. And then they had to give up the title because they had illegal players on their team.
Then I mean, what was that school in Florida where they liked them? That school from Florida. Not IMG Academy. They beat IMG Academy. I forgot.
Yeah, I can't think of who it is. But I mean, if you want to see some of the craziness in Texas high school football, Allen High School. Okay,
that stadium is unbelievable.
When their band takes the field, It goes goal line to goal line.
It's like a college. It's like the Golden Band. It's like a college band, probably. It's like 1,100 band members.
It's bigger than Baylor.
Oh, I believe it.
As big, their band is as big number wise as the University of Texas.
Didn't they have like 1,700 people in their last graduating class? Like they had cap and gowns from end zone to end zone. I saw that on TikTok.
They have almost 8,000 kids in their school.
Wow.
Hey guys, I'm not trying to like cut this short, but I need to go. I need to get moving.
All right, I'm gonna head out too.
I'm heading out too.
I'm gonna head out too.
At Sports Talking It on Twitter. Follow us on Driving to the Top Productions on YouTube. Follow the Facebook pages; they're all up there. Follow us there. Get us there. Rich, we almost able to go live on our Facebook channel yet, or haven't we looked?
I haven't looked, but I will, and I'll be able to let you know tomorrow night. We should be close,
cool.
yeah.
Yeah, that's where you can find us there. I am bugging off, guys. Everybody have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. Rich, I'll see you tomorrow night.
Yep.
Might be able to go a little bit early tomorrow. We should be done early tomorrow and shouldn't be as beat up as I am right now. So everybody have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. And Josh, text me. I'll talk to you, buddy.
Look at your phone right now.
What?
Look at your phone right now.
No. Why?
Jamie, how do folks get a hold of you, man?
You can catch me, yours truly, at Bill's Chat 1, at Bill's Mafia Chat, and also Jamie Boy, the unbiased journalist, at DJ Dog Tags on X. You can catch me also on theforkball.com and stadiumrate.com where I write about other sports. You can also catch me and Joe Dalio Tuesday nights at 8 o'clock p.m. I'm Driving to the Top Productions for the Subway Conversations that we just recorded. An episode, or latest episode tonight at 8. And then you can also catch me and or catch all of us on Open Sports Mike, 9 o'clock p.m. Also Driving the Top Productions. Then hop over to the Sports Huddle Sports Network channel with Jeremy B and that crew. As I'll be over there tomorrow at 9 o'clock p.m. It'll be Jeremy's first show back since his secret mission. And then catch us back every Thursday night during UFL season at 9 o'clock p.m. with me, Marcus, Jeremy, and Adam for our UFL coverage. We just finished season 2, but we'll be back for season 3 next February. So don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like, comment, ring the bell for notifications. For more information on Driving to the Top Productions, you can visit our YouTube page, Twitch stream, Facebook stream, X stream, wherever you consume your podcast. Thank you guys very much for listening. We'll see you next week at 9 o'clock p.m. here on Driving to the Top Productions for Open Sports, Open Mic Sports Night. Have a good night, everybody.
See you, Jamie. Joe, how do people get a hold of you, buddy?
I'll make it quick and simple. Joe Dell Sports, Twitter, X. And like Jamie said, we got our Tuesday night Subway Conversation chat Tuesday nights at 8.
Sounds good, man. Always a pleasure, buddy. It's always fun.
Definitely. Good to be back and see you guys again here. And like I said, I'll make a habit of it during the summer here.
Sounds good, man. Don't be a stranger. We'll see you next week.
All right. Sounds good. Thanks again.
All right, buddy. Josh, how do people get you?
I don't do that. I'm like an occasional appearance, you know.
Okay. Haas, how do people get you, man?
My personal, you go on Twitter, is at BigHoss337. I'm also on Facebook, Instagram. The show On The Go you could find on Twitter, or you can call it X, and on Instagram at OnTheGo_TXLA. And you can subscribe to me on YouTube at Marcus On The Go as well to catch my shows anytime on demand. You can find it there, or you can find it on Driving to the Top Productions YouTube channel as well. And you never know when I'm going to pop up. For the time being, I'm going to do another show Thursday. But when football season comes back, I'm talking about the real shit. No preseason, no week 0. I will be going on a weekly basis on usually Tuesdays or Wednesdays to make my predictions for NFL, college, and all that.
Very good, man. I am on X, Big Rich 8371, or on Facebook. It's just my name, Rich Richardson. Definitely look forward to getting a chance to talk to everybody, take questions, comments. Tomorrow night, Steel City Sports Talk. Me and Adam, we get into all things Pittsburgh sports, of course. There's a couple things going on with the Steelers. 5-game winning streak for the Pirates. Break up the Pirates. It's crazy going on at PNC right now. So lots for us to talk about there tomorrow. Hope you'll join us at 9:00 Eastern, 8:00 Central there on here on Driving to the Top Productions as well. It's been fun, guys. We'll do another open mic night next Tuesday night. Next Monday night, catch me with Two Tire Change, our NASCAR show, 7:00 Eastern, 6:00 Central, again, right here on Driving to the Top Productions. Until next week, or until tomorrow night for my show personally with Adam, my name is Big Rich. For everybody else that's been a part of the broadcast tonight, so long, everybody.